Hello there, EV fans. It's Samantha again, back here with some new Escape Velocity Override. This is our second episode. It's very exciting. And before we start, I want to produce a little bit of trivia for you. The theme song and theme music for Escape Velocity Nova is actually Mars by Holst, who's a wonderful composer who I very much love. Mars is probably his most famous piece, but I'm a big fan of Jupiter, particularly because it was eventually made into I Bow to Thee, My Country, and one of the most famous pieces of English classical music. But Holst was an interesting man, and he made Mars, which is this sci-fi epic that explores the concepts of war and victory and betrayal, and it moves through these interesting variations and interesting melodramatic moments that make it quite a fantastic piece to listen to. I would, not only when playing this game, but in general, I would recommend going and having a listen to Holst's Mars. It is fantastic. Right, so here we are in the Sol system. No, not the Sol system. We are in Rigel. That's right. And we are going to... Well, we need some money, because we've only got 32,000 credits. And there's not nearly enough. Oh, I've made a huge mistake. Wow, that was a little silly of me. Should have fueled up before I left. Come on, give me some money. There we go. My bad. We'll go to Journey's End first, because we won't be able to fuel up at Corella, because we do not have the requisite legal rating to dock at that port. And that's okay. We can go to Dunroman and fuel up. Recharge. There we go. Sorted. Right, first things first, I want to go back to Sol. And I want to buy a few things. One, we need more fuel cells. Fuel tanks, because otherwise we're going to run into trouble. Here we go. I apologize if this is a little stuttery. My GPU doesn't really like to handle things very well. First things first, we are, like I said, look at all the stuff we could buy. We are going to buy a first generation battery pack for 10,000 credits and an auto recharger. That's a little bit better. Earth via the Kane Band, named after designer Omata Kane, is still the center of all activity in the core worlds. Most ship keels are laid here, the Federation has its seat of government here, and is of course a tourist mecca because it is the homeworld of humanity. It is said that all roads lead to Sol, and this is literally true, as the old colonial hypergate system originated here. The Kane Band houses most of Earth's serious shipyard activity. There are no shipyards anywhere in known space. There are no greater shipyards anywhere in known space, in fact. Sigma shipyards own 62% of the band's surface. The moon has taken a back seat and been strip mined for centuries. So, one thing I really like about this space, what I like about Earth's depiction in this game, is Australia is front and center. Like, usually you see America or Europe on these big space maps, but here, it's Australia. Hell yeah, I'm into that. Here we go. Oh, this is fun. We'll do this. You are sitting quietly enjoying a cold drink when the man beside you turns and starts up a conversation. The space chick lifestyle is a fairly lonely one, with months between seeing old friends, and you're more than happy to chat away for a while with him. It turns out he is an Auroran living in Federation space. When he told you, you looked at him somewhat skeptically, but once he explained that he was watched by government very carefully and had to log all his travels and movements, you see that this might be possible. Chirengo had been living in Fed space since his house cast him out. Your limited knowledge of the Auroran lifestyle gives you enough of an idea not to question him further. These things are always a matter of honor and best left alone. They're basically Klingons, which is great because I love Klingons. During the course of the night, it becomes apparent that Chirengo is something of an entrepreneur and has organized a number of Federation citizens to go to Hourglass and hunt the dreaded Kunjo. He has a small number of expatriate Auroran warriors to act as guards and enough weapons to destroy a small Federation battle group. He has run a number of successful hunts and has run into a snag. His regular pilot was killed when a Kunjo ripped him to pieces. Oh, well, that's pleasant. So now he has a party ready to leave, but no one to get them there. Suddenly, a light comes into his eyes. But you see a light bulb appear next to him. Say, he asks, what are you doing tomorrow? Do you feel up to ferrying us to Hourglass and dropping us back off at Earth? It wouldn't be too dangerous. The Kunjos aren't mating at the moment. You look at him with a mixture of disbelief. You've never seen a Kunjo, and you don't really want to. Chiringo sees your expression, smiles, and leans closer. There's big money in this. If you do it for me, I'll always be in your debt. I'll pay you 75,000 credits, and you won't have to go to the surface very long. You won't even have to leave your ship. It's mating season, and the Kunjo can tear through metal. What do you say? We definitely say yes. You stick your hand out and Chiringo grasps it. I should really be getting everything organized. I'll meet you at your ship tomorrow. I'll have my team with me and 4 clients, 3 of which are public servants who are out for a thrill, and 1 is a more serious hunter. We'll already stay in Hourglass for a few days, depending on how the hunt goes, and then we'll return to Earth when we've finished. This mission is interesting because it's got 2 variants. I think I've picked up the boring variant, but you'll see what that means later. But you'll see. Oh, now you see, you get nebula backgrounds at EV Nova. It's pretty cool. Nope, we don't want to go there. There's a space station there. We can paint our ship, I believe. Or you can rebuild it. It's a rebuildable space station. I can't quite remember. It's been a while. All these plugins add stuff. And we go to Hourglass, our first little destination. And here we are. Chiringo has just spent an hour guiding you to a well-used landing site. Around there is a dense forest and undergrowth that is starting to cover a huge number of deep craters. You set down and the sensors are going wild. As soon as you do, Chiringo and his team leap out of the hatch, brandishing their weapons with gusto. Behind them comes the clients, 3 looking like they should be wearing brown underpants, and the 4th eyeing the underground intently. You cycle the hatch, closed, and watch. Kunjo suddenly leaps from the undergrowth, flying into the air to attack one of Chiringo's men. At least it would have, if a rocket wouldn't have plowed through its chest before detonating the beast into a rapidly expanding pink vapor cloud. The public servants leap to the ground, pointing their weapons in every direction at once. Chiringo lays about with a continuous laser. In the space of a few minutes, the clearing you landed in is 3 times the size. His men set up mines and sentry lasers, and a camp takes shape. You stayed on Hourglass for 4 days. The public servants never fired their weapons, but some had some very manly hollow shots taken with the killed Kunjos. The 4th client made some kills on his own, but they all looked in disbelief when Chiringo and the guides explained that in Auroran Empire, warriors hunt Kunjo with hand-to-hand weapons. All too soon, you're packed up and heading home. There is a variant of this mission where... Oh, there's another manticore. Hello, yes, I know you're there. I don't like them. There's a variant of this mission where you get to kill a Kunjo, and it stays on your record as Kunjo Hunter. It's pretty neat. Oh, I've done it again, haven't I? Oh, what is wrong with me? Let's try that again, shall we? I didn't refuel. You see? Can't really... It's somewhere. There we go. Oh, as you can see, my mind has skipped me today. I've had a very long day. I spent a couple of hours in the gym. It's pretty intense. Anyway, off we go. Back to Seoul. There's an Auroran craft. We want to get out of here before it comes to kill us. It's the frontier of the Federation and the Auroran Empire. That's where they clash around there. It's pretty cool. Back to Earth. Well, Chiringo smiles. Here's your pay. He hands you a chip and you watch both men unload the equipment. The clients are meeting their friends and families, showing them with staged hollows and waving their arms about, mimicking the awesome shots that killed the dreaded beasts. Only your 4th client has any claim on the events he's describing, and you and Chiringo laugh quietly to yourselves. Only a few hours later, all the equipment is unloaded and Chiringo bids you goodbye. You don't think you'll ever go Kunjo hunting again, but at least you can say you've done it. And we got 75,000 credits for that, which is pretty good because we need a new ship soon. And we're going to get a Terrapin, which we can't quite afford yet. We're going to need some extra money. Now, there's the Shields variant. Terrapins are light freighters. They have 110 tons of cargo, which is pretty good. especially if they are very slow and very vulnerable. So we'll have to stay in the core systems when we have one. But there's a great trade route we can take advantage of. I like the Valkyries too, but they're terrible. The Pirate Valkyrie, on the other hand, is a force to be reckoned with. They're very fast, very maneuverable, but they have very little energy and cargo. So I don't know. We need more money for them. So we're gonna do some missions. Where's that? Hearth and Homeland System. Goliath up there. Space Dockers, no. We'll take this. Oh, I don't have... Okay, fine. We might need to upgrade to the heavy shuttle. Oh, we just came from there. We'll take the delivery to Greenwich. Delivery to Greenwich. You can see the Terrapins there. That's what we're going to try and buy. One of those. If we buy a Terrapin, we can then take note of an opal trading route where we can trade opals for metal and back again. Or food or something. But it's good. It's a good trade route. You can make a lot of money very quickly. Back to Greenwich. Here we are. There we go. That's a little bit more money. I'm going to take these passengers to Gem because we're going to have to go there eventually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we've got 5. 4 jumps. Okay. So we'll end up in Viking. We can refuel there. I've decided I'm probably going to play the Federation storyline because it is my favorite. It makes you feel like a bad person because you kind of get to play the bad guys, but it's a lot of fun. So I'm keen. Here we are at Viking again. See, there's the shield bubbles plug-in. Don't they look awesome? Looks really cool. We want to get out of here before we are killed by one of those Auroran ships. Here we are at Gem. Gem is a place we'll want to come to later because if you look here, Trade Center, opals sell low for 960, but they sell for about 1500. So they can be very, very good to buy and trade with. And there's a system not far from here. Hire a mining crew. We can hire a mining crew here and make money. It's pretty cool. Stuff that the plugins, that some of these plugins add. Outfitter map. Hooray! We see more things. Snowmelt is the second largest gathering of humanity in the Federation behind Earth itself, including the Cane Band. The planet itself is extremely cold, most of the population concentrated in a 1,000-mile strip along the equator, where temperatures stay within 35 degrees of zero. Outside of this, the temperature decreases rapidly to the poles, where the average temperature in the region is minus 200 degrees Celsius. Jeez. Snowmelt seems to lack any major natural resources, however. Due to the ease of building habitable quarters by hollowing out the ice, the population exceeds 10 billion. Right, we need a new mission. I think Tau Prime is pretty close. Krensky. No, Krensky's too far away. We'll take that mission to Tau Prime. Hey, shade of red. You are red. That's a cool ship. 1, 2, 3. We'll also probably buy another map when we get there. We're not far off from getting the money that we need. I think we need 113,000. Tau Prime. Federation Anaconda. Oh, a Kestrel. Fancy. Group of dock workers unload the equipment of your cargo bay. Nice. But we're going to jump down to Tower 2. I think there's I hope that there's an outfitter there. I think there is. No, there is not. Alright. I guess we're not going there then. Yeah. We'll go to Seoul and see if we can pick up some more work. I think this time, for funsies, we'll go across to Mars. Because why not? It's nice to explore. Mars was the first attempt by mankind to terraform a planet. Scientists sent by the Earth government, the predecessor to the Colonial Council, tried to make Mars more habitable. They failed. In the past 850 years, there have been countless attempts to rectify the damage caused by the toxin-producing algae introduced by those original scientists. But even now, Mars is only mildly habitable, and breath masks are still required, and most of the planet is covered by this organism. Interesting, but not important. And we will take... And we can't take that. We'll take this one, because it's close. Arcanar is a really useful system. They have a space station there that you can sell anything in the game. Because in EV Override, you can only sell stuff in places that accept those sales. So in EV Nova, you can only... Yeah, you heard what I said. Whereas Syriza, you can buy and sell whatever you want. We definitely are taking that delivery to Earth, even though it's only 6 tons, because it leads into a storyline I don't want to do. We'll take 10 tons of metal back to Tower 2. The reason I'm going a little bit over the top in terms of our purchasing is because I would like to, frankly, I would like to be able to spend a little bit of money on outfitters and also have some money to money to spend on fuel and purchasing. Tower 2. Here we are. There's a Leviathan. Those are beautiful ships. Beautiful. I think we are done here. Let's head back to Seoul and see if we can't do some shopping. I didn't upgrade this first shuttle too much. Didn't see the need. There's the heavy shuttle. Based on the keel of the Sigma shipyard shuttle, the heavy shuttle is half again the length of the original model and has capacity for an extra hyperspace jump over that of the older design. The simple jump engines limit the amount of extra cargo it can carry over and above what the older shuttle can. But that one extra jump makes it the main reason the heavy shuttle has been all but displaced the shuttle in most systems. But we will not be buying one. Oh, we're off by... It's 13... I thought it was 13, not 13. 13.7. Okay, we need some more money. It's okay, we're also going to buy a map here, because that will reveal more space to it. Oh, no, it won't. Oh, well, we just wasted some money. It's fine. Colin. Yeah, we'll take that. A funnily named system. There's a drifting derelict there, which could be a pirate trap, so we're not going to go investigate, because we cannot afford to stand up in a fight. We'll get one shot. Oh, yep, no, please don't shoot me. Thank you. Colin? Oh my goodness. That's a big boy. Oh, there we go. In Stark Trinis Kinkile, Colin has been hardly touched since the first days of the colonization of the Sandown system. Colin is a forest moon made up of particularly dense materials, mostly iron and lead, but has a gravity of 0.6 G. Most of the wealthy industrial magnates of Kinkile actively live here rather than on the planet below. Nice. Now we don't want to go to Glytech now, but we will go to New England, because that is relatively close to where we want to end up. New England is an interesting place. It's full of old Federation diplomats and ambassadors and rich upper-class folk who don't want anything to do with the affairs going on beneath them. Plus it's home to some interesting other characters who we'll meet much later on. When we buy it, we don't need those extra weapons. We really don't. And we certainly don't need all those extra shields. Shields 300 versus 225. Yeah, we're not going to be using any money from this anyway. Aptly named the Terrapin, is the mainstay of the Federation's small traders. While ugly as sin, it's about as fast as its namesake. The Terrapin carries one whole standard cargo pod segment. This huge cargo capacity for such a small vessel makes it a ripe target for pirates and Auroran raiders. They usually travel in gaggles with hired escorts, but sometimes a lone trader on his last monetary legs will make the journey alone. Well, we will buy one. And because we need to get a nice name, something that would work well for a Federation shuttle, how about we go with something for a little cargo ship? Now, I think it's important that we come up with a name that is suitable. And I think I have one. We are going to call it Buck Nor. Now that's an interesting name for a ship. I'll leave you all up to guess the reference. It is very obscure. Anyway, we want to go we want to go up 1, 1, 2, 3. I think this is the right way. God, this thing is slow. Oh my goodness. These are terrible ships. But they have 125 tons of cargo capacity, which is why we bought one. Antaria. I think I may have gone one too far. Recharge. Outfitter. No regional maps here. That's a shame. But we will buy an auto recharger. Because we need to. Oh, there's another manticore. That thing scares me. But if you keep your distance, and especially later on if you get railguns and whatnot, you can take them out from a distance, no problem. But getting close in their iron cannons will deal serious damage. Serenity. This is where we needed to go. See, I knew what I was talking about. Strand is the center for the expatriate Japanese peoples of the Federation. While most immigrants from Japan went to Galactic South and into the colonial council territories that now form the Auroran Empire, many stayed within the bounds of the core worlds. Serenity cities are formed around the precept of building contemplation gardens and Shinto temples. Although the effect is different from modern building technology, is thrown in as well. Overall, the effect is quite pleasing, if a little overdone. Many financial institutions have their main offices here, and Serenity is a rich planet because of them. But that's not why we're here. We're here because you can sell opals here for 1,500 credits apiece. So, with that said, we do need a little bit of money. So, we will go and make some more money, and then we will buy a whole load of opals. No, we don't want to go to Thrain. We don't want to go... Oh, fine. What? No. Leave me alone. Fine. Look, I'm leaving you alone, alright? Goodbye. Here we are on Snowmelt, which we're not going to. We're going to Gem. And we will purchase, if we can, 10 opals. Which doesn't leave us with much money. But it will be more than worth the trip. 1, 2, 3, 4. Will it be worth the trip? 4 jumps. Oh, no, I think not. No, we will not buy this right now. Instead, we will do some more missions. I will be right back, everyone. I'm sorry for this quick exit. I'll be back. My apologies, everybody. Now, I don't edit these videos because, frankly, I'm terrible at it. So, I guess for now, you'll all just have to survive with me occasionally being away from the recording for a little while. And that's alright. Because sometimes we all make mistakes, and I haven't done video editing since I was a kid, and it was a long time ago. So we don't do it now. That's okay. Certainly being honest and nice in front of a group of people. Sure, we can't all be perfect YouTubers, but I don't desire to be. Delivery to Kismet. Kismet is a beautiful planet. I love the ring systems, and the way this game looks compared to EVO is gorgeous. I think EVO is a bit quirkier, though. Ah, there we go. Some more money. One of the gas mining centers of the Federation, Kismet stands apart from its great harvest of chautite gas, a rare heavy noble gas. Chautite gas is used in the coolants of modern starship engines, where it is supercooled to a liquid state. Chautite is more stable than most other gases under radioactive bombardment, and has the bonus of being totally non-toxic, although it is still dangerous as a supercooled liquid. Kismet makes a small fortune as the only known planet to have a large raw supply of this gas. In Fate, Kismet P2 Ltd is one of the more heavily traded stocks in the Nikkei index. Cool, cool, cool. Let's go to Sirius 2. That sounds fun. We need to... Oh, there's another Manticore. Thankfully those ones aren't bothered. The Association of Free Traders are nice people. They aren't scary. Unlike those pirate Manticores, which do scare the Jesus off me. Yes, I know. Sirius 2. Another rocky asteroid-like planet. Extreme rocket boards. No, these are not the extreme rocket boards. This is the Crimwire holy symbols, and among yellow shells, which I believe can also be quite profitable, but credits to Georgia. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we'll take that. We need to go to Nezro Primus anyway. We need to buy a map up there so we can see more of it. We are going to be staying entirely within the bounds of Federation space when we're in this little Terrapin, because otherwise you'll get completely and utterly destroyed. They cannot stand up in a fight, and all they have is one medium blaster, which is honestly pathetic. Who is fighting who? Pirates. Free traders. We want to be very careful. Georgia was settled quite early in the first great expansion of the Colonial Council. The people who came here were mostly sponsored by the now ancient Russian Federation, a constitutional construct by this stage, but one much loved by the peoples within its borders. Most of Georgia's people are therefore Baltic and Slavic in origin, and don't mind the planet's cold moods. Georgia is heavily populated for a Federation planet, and to hail from this planet is seen as a sign of impeccable breeding. Nice, I want to have impeccable breeding, that sounds fun. Space Dock 4, can we land here? We can too. Oh, that was a rebel ship. You can tell because they're red. And we want to buy a map. And that reveals a lot more ships and places for us to go. Dorothorian, we went there during the tutorial. We'll probably go there a lot once we have done more of this game. Alright. Okay, so we need to start our first trading run. Now we've got... Oh. Okay, please do not shoot me. We're going to make our 1, 2, 3 trip to form a halt. You probably noticed those blue glowy ships just before we jumped out. They are Velos ships, and they are very interesting. They're essentially a slave race who have psionic powers so powerful that they can go wherever they can fling their bodies into space and create living spaceships around themselves. entirely of psychic energy. Very cool. Trade center. Opals. We can buy 57, but we're going to buy 40. It's 85 tons. And now we go 1, 2, 3, 4 to Lotus. We'll probably make the cut in a minute. Because we've done all we needed to do. I'll show you the trade route. We are out of fuel, and that's fine because we just spent about 40,000 credits on opals, and we're going to go from 1600 to 7600. That's pretty good in terms of value. Very good in terms of value. Anyway, I think that's it for now. Let's see if we can't grab. This guy's going to get killed. Oh no, I don't want to approach him. We're going to make a quick dash back to Sol because I want to buy some more fuel tanks for this craft. Come on, take us out of the system. I want to make a quick dash to Sol because, frankly, we're only running on 4 jumps, and that's unacceptable. Especially if we want to be making cargo runs. So we are going to buy... Oh, they've got the secondary generation battery packs, which we don't need. We'll buy 2 of those. And that brings our total jump capacity up to 6 jumps, which is much, much more reasonable. No, I don't need to go to Herald. Port Kane. Okay. No, I think we'll just leave it there. Anyway, thank you everybody for playing with me, and I hope to see you again soon.